The feasibility study we announced at the end of March for our first mine, T3, Mateo as we call it at the beginning in Botswana. What we're looking at is an NPV of 370 million US, IRR of 33%, so a robust project on those metrics. In terms of cash costs, all in sustaining, we're looking at $1.56 per pound of copper. Capital for the project is relatively modest at 182 million, and that builds both the open pit and the 3 million tonne a year process plant. And if we look comparatively at other projects of similar scale, we're in the lowest quartile of capital requirements for this scale project. In terms of payback, 3.7 years. At the same time, I should say that we are also, that was where we are today. We're also seeing opportunities to optimise the pit design further, and we are very keen to wind off those some of those figures in terms of the waste ore ratio, currently 5.5. We're looking at how we can improve on that, how we can tighten up our pit design, how we can improve our throughput and our recoveries as well. So while we are reaching it, confident about a decision to mine based on the metrics we see now, and we've got strong interest for funding that project already, we see further upside just in the reserve that we have today. The next steps here are to really finalise the permitting process. So we've compiled and completed the feasibility study reports. We're nearing completion of the ESIA process, and that's been a long, ongoing and very high standard process there. We've worked closely with various government departments in Botswana, and we see that closing off in the next couple of months. That includes a period of public review of the ESIA. We have very strong involvement in the local community and strong support from the local community. I think that's helped us through that process. There are no major environmental issues. There's been very little, very few problems encountered along that ESIA process. With that, we submit that alongside the feasibility study documentation, and we need to provide an indication of the project funding structure, how that's looking. And once again, we're progressing with that rapidly, and where that will put us is we hope before the next 3 months is out in applying for a mining license, and that should lead us towards the decision to mine, which we're targeting at the back end of Q3 this year.
We have currently drilled roughly 50 holes on 2 high-grade veins between 3 and 5 meters thick, extending down dip and laterally, I must add. And there's another 20 holes planned to drill out the underground potential to add to the life of mine at the end of the day on the T3 pit. The T3 expansion project is a block of ground stretching from the T3 pit roughly 1,000 square kilometers, focusing on multiple domes found by EM. Now in there we've got the A4 dome, we've got the A1 dome, we have got the T1 resource, the existing resource, and we're dealing with such a huge and attractive number of targets that needs to be drill tested going forward. And all this has been flown by airborne EM, shown up by airborne EM, and I've only mentioned a few of them to the existing number that is actually on the ground. On the T20 project, there we move 100 kilometers towards the southwest, towards the Namibian border. It's been covered by 80,000 soil samples. We have recently completed an airborne EM exercise over that as well. I think we are all excited about the potential that exists in this huge domal area. That's where the rigs are currently turning on the ground. We have found copper in T4. We've stepped out 21 kilometers just before Christmas, found copper there as well, and we're busy teasing this very shallow copper deposit out by RC drilling at this stage and to increase resources and show up that the copper belt is actually exists and it's a reality.